Hello, my name is Kyle, and this is my guide on how to make custom dev tools in Doom SnapMap. These will help you test your level faster and more efficiently, so you can just focus on the fun stuff, the level design, and the building it. So the goal is to minimize wasted time during your level testing, so you can speed it up and get to creating faster. The first tip I'll share is to create your own save repository. As you can see here, I have many versions saved of my level as I was building it. Save multiple versions and use version numbering, and you can even tag it with notes so you can know where you left off and what you were working on at the time. This helps in the long run because you're going to make mistakes. Things are going to get a little haywire, and maybe you don't know where something went wrong. You can roll it back and take a look. Or if just you wanted to change your design later on, maybe the hallway I was working on didn't work out, we can go back and kind of take another stab at building that. On on the first number changes are when I finished a milestone, so a big milestone, a week long worth of work on it. I moved to the next numbered version. Each sort of feature I was working on that week took up the second dot, the number. And then as I was iterating on those features, that took the third number. So this week I was working on a feature a couple times and then moving on to the next feature. You could even use a tag here that says, working on the hallway. I did up here using, this is the save that has the dev tools still in it versus the save of my level that would be published without the dev tools. So yeah, this really helps. I'm going to jump into a version of a map here to show a few of my tools that I made to help me while I was playtesting. So yeah, the first thing that helps is to get around faster because my level ended up turning out quite large and you have to backtrack and forth quite a bit. So picking up things and traveling from one side to the other took a while. So if I needed to, test the very end of my level, when I would start the level, it would take forever to run through and just test the end. It was just a huge waste of time. So the first thing that you can do is add teleporter pads. These were just easy to set up, and then you say on entered, take you to whatever location you need. So this is an example of a pad that takes you to the end of the level where I was able to test out sort of my ending sequence without having to run through and kill all the demons and find all the key cards. So that was very helpful to getting around the map faster. I also used haste in some areas. This is just an object the players can pick up to increase your movement speed and your shooting speed for a short time. So these placed around the map helped me just run from one location to the other when I was testing hallway sequences and stuff like that. But the teleporter pads really help to snap you around the map quicker. The second tip I have is, when I was testing things like doorways, key cards, locked consoles with things like power cores that they're needed, I was finding myself wasting a lot of time having to run all the way to the other side of the map to go get a key card, for instance. So I built out these consoles that would spawn you a key card as the dev. So for instance, this door requires the red key card. I made a little tripod panel that on use shows the red key card. And those are hidden on the map start so that on a normal playthrough, you wouldn't accidentally just pick up the red key card and then walk right through if I wanted to test how everything was working out. But this allows you to test these things faster. I'll just go through an example of building one of these really quickly. Starting with, the interactables, you could use any interactable you want, really. I was using consoles and dead elite guards and stuff. So to use something that I wasn't using in the rest of my level, I chose to use a tripod panel. That way I knew all these tripod panels around the map were dev tools that I should delete before I publish it. So when we use that tripod panel, we want to spawn another interactable. In this case, this door in front of me takes the gray key card. So I'm going to look for a gray key card in my pickups. And we're going to create one here right in front of the door. And when we place it, this is on use of the panel. What we're going to do is show that gray key card. Now that gray key card is there, we can select it to change some of its properties if you want. I like to switch the render model to this classic one. That way I know it's a dev version of the gray key card that I should delete in the last part of the level. But we still need to hide this. So what we do is, we go to players and teams, and we have a player proxy. And this is just so that on the match start, on a match joined, we make sure to select this gray key card and hide it. Again, that way so that you don't accidentally run into it and pick it up. It would just be there all the time. We don't want that. We want it to be hidden so I can play test the level correctly. However, if I just want to get through this door, I can smack this panel, get the gray key card, and walk through and continue testing, this boss fight right afterwards. So those I found very helpful for speeding up my development of the map. The last thing I used was a similar device, but it was a death box tool. I was playing around with this sequence here where I was creating my own checkpoints and my own spawn locations, but I didn't have demons in the level yet, and there was nowhere for me to just jump off the edge and die. So I found myself not able to die and test my respawn system. So I just threw together a quick series of boxes. I just called death machines that just kill you. So let me find a cleaner one over here. I placed these all around the map for various testing. But yeah, so we have another one of these tools, interactable consoles that says on use, kill the player. So we use that same player proxy and we just select kill the player. It's as simple as that. What you can do then is click on these and then copy them. And I was able to Control G, duplicate. And now you can paste these sort of dev tools around wherever you need another box. If I'm testing a boss fight in this room, we can just use that as a respawn really quick and make sure that this respawn is working properly. I found that to be very useful for speeding up the time. And through all of these panels and tools and spawning my consoles, I was able to efficiently test the level and move on to the work. In a similar way, I used a panel here to test this sequence that I was building with a camera system that was rigged and all these timed explosives. So that sequence starts here with this enable camera function. And instead of having to go through the whole map and collect all of the objects that would trigger this sequence, I was able to just run through the level and then click test there. So to demonstrate really quick, yeah, so to demonstrate really quick, we want to test this sequence out. But again, let's use our tools because instead of running all the way through the map, we can go ahead and get a teleporter pad here. We're going to go to gameplay, teleporter pad. This is where we want to end up. So we're going to start at the beginning of the level. Let's travel back over to the player spawn. Let's place our teleporter pad here. So when the player enters the pad, we're going to have them travel over here. Hit space, and then we're looking for our teleportal destination. Great. Just going to place it right here. Teleport to. And that way when the player steps in that pad, they should teleport to this destination. That should give us a really quick way to test out this box we just made. Great, so we're spawning in, and now instead of going through this whole intro sequence, I can just step on my pad, turn around, and here's my door. Requires gray keycard, can't get through. I would have to spend like probably 5 to 10 minutes running through, fighting a boss fight, getting that keycard on the complete other side of the map. But instead, we're just gonna hit this button, and there it is. And now we can move on. Say I just needed to test this boss fight. That's how I'm able to quickly maneuver through my own map without, turning on God mode so you can test things yourself. That's it. Thanks so much for watching. Hope that helps you all. I had a ton of fun working in Doom SnapMap. It's really powerful if you do research and find all of the tools available to you. So good luck in your levels. Have a good time. Bye.